Hello, and thank you so much for checking out my channel. My name is Hannah, and this is Jar of Fireflies. Here you'll find content about my life as mom, as a homeschooler, as the mother of a type 1 diabetic, as an Orthodox Jew, just kind of whatever. It's my little corner of YouTube. So thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. If you haven't already, now is a great time to hit that subscribe button. It's a small thing, but it helps me out a lot, and then you won't miss any of my future videos. So it's a win-win. So without further ado, let's get today started. Okay, if you've watched any of my other videos, you probably know that I'm the mother of a type 1 diabetic. It doesn't make it into my videos a whole lot because usually when something comes up, I'm not thinking about grabbing the camera, I'm thinking about helping my son. If something does come up, it's because I already have the camera on and it just happens to get in the video. So today I wanted to do a video that was really strictly type 1 diabetes related. I wanted to film a day in the life of the mother of a type 1 diabetic. So I am filming everything that has anything to do with diabetes today. Now, I apologize, I did not turn on the camera at 3:30 this morning when the pod alarm went off and I had to change my son's insulin pump. We're on the Omnipod, so we refer to his pump as the pod. It is in fact a little pod. So this is what it looks like. It's this little device right here. Yeah, that woke me up this morning about 3:30. So I had to wake up, come out here, get his new pod ready, go into the room, change his pod. So the good news was he stayed asleep through the whole thing. So he didn't feel it, which is great because it does hurt when we put the pod on. When we stick the pod on his body, it inserts a needle into his skin, which then inserts a cannula through the needle. So yeah, it's a pretty big needle. And then the needle comes out and the cannula stays in. The cannula is like a flexible tube. That's what is actually inserting the insulin. Here's an old pod. I've glued a magnet on it because I paint the pods sometimes, but you can see here, that's the little tube. Okay, that's Omnipod 101. So yeah, we should have changed it last night before bed, but my son ended up going out last night with my husband and somehow in there it didn't get changed. And so it completely expired in the middle of the night and started this pod alarm where it just screams at you. So I had to wake up and change it because at that point it completely shuts off and my son would not be getting any insulin. That would be bad. So anyways, that is done. I will need to take his old pod off. I didn't do that in the middle of the night. I just put the new one on and went back to bed. All right, I need to clean up behind me. You know, I left out all this stuff from last night, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it away on our diabetes shelf behind us. All right, back here is our sharps container. This is a syringe that I used to put my son's insulin into his Omnipod. In our city, we're allowed to just use a laundry container. So yeah, a lot of syringes have made it in this bucket. This is not our first sharps container, but let's add one more. Wow, you know you got two pods on.
So cool.
I changed your pod in the middle of the night.
So cool.
But I didn't take off the old one yet, so we gotta do that in a minute, okay?
Oh, you need to put powder on it. Oh, can you powder on this and I put my skin there. Pokemon. Not running the cream.
Okay, we got the old pod off. We got a Band-Aid on because it was bleeding just a little bit, and now we can move on to breakfast. Okay, so the boys are over there eating breakfast and I need to call Omnipod because the battery on this is not really working so well anymore. Omnipod sent us a new one, but I don't know how to set it up. So I'm gonna call them and have them walk me through it just to save me any frustration and make sure that I don't mess anything up.
for calling Insulet Corporation, maker of the Omnipod insulin management system.
Thank you for calling Omnipod Product Support. My name is Misty. How may I help out today?
Hi, so we just got a new PDM and I was trying to set that up and I've gotten a little bit of the ways in, but I'm at a point now where I'm not totally sure what I'm doing. Okay, great.
Okay, so we're setting up the PDM. Where are you at, on the basal program?
I am where it says enter low limit of blood glucose.
Get that from the old PDM. Let's go ahead and go into the old PDM.
Okay, got the old PDM.
All right, on the home screen, okay, so just like the basal programs, you would enter in the first...
So much for staying on and helping me with this.
Oh, no. That's what we do. By 2. Both increment extended. It just says extended, and it'll have a percent unit per hour or off next to it.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I think that's it. Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. You have a great rest of your day, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay, that wasn't so bad. That was a lot easier than I thought. Okay, well, while we're in here, let's go ahead and check blood sugar. He's eating breakfast, so he is right now, he's at 129. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm noticing that the battery on his phone is starting to get a little bit lower than I'd like, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in his phone while he's sitting here and let that charge. So now I can go get other stuff in my life done. We'll check back later. Your what beeped?
Me.
You beeped. Let's see what's going on. Well, oh wait, maybe it's the old one? The new one, maybe? Let's see. Yes.
What?
No active pod. No active pod. So it's mad at me that I didn't activate a pod, but that's okay. I do not want to activate a pod now. I told it. That's what I told it. Okay. That should be the only time that beeps now. So we'll see. Okay, it's a little bit after breakfast now and I'm gonna go ahead and check blood sugar again. I know it's probably gonna be high because breakfast, yeah. We're at 229 diagonal up. So we're gonna check the PDM now and see how much insulin he still has on board and see if we need to do a correction. Regardless of what it says, I will probably do a correction. Yeah, it tells me to give him nothing. But the fact remains that he is still 229 and he's still going up. He's starting to kind of bend a little bit in that graph, but not really quite enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a little insulin. Okay, there we are delivering the bolus. So we're gonna be eating here before not too long, so I'm not really worried about it. If he ends up going low, we'll catch it before and just deal with it then. So I'll just keep an eye on things in the meantime and we'll go from there. So I just heard the alarm go off, he beeps, so I wanna go ahead and check. We've got a glucose alert here, 227. So at this point, he's kind of starting to kind of bend and maybe come down. So I'm gonna let that go for now. And it is getting towards lunchtime, so I know we'll be eating lunch here before too long and we'll just kind of see what happens. Okay, so here's probably the most fun part of my day, figuring out the lunch bolus. So getting ready for lunch, I'm gonna flip the camera around, show you what is for lunch and tell you what the carbs are and we'll start doing some math. The eggs have no carbs, so I'm not worried about those. The cheese doesn't have any carbs, so I'm not worried about those. The apple here is about 9 carbs. The strawberries are about 3 carbs. These freeze-dried banana slices are about 3 carbs, so we're at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Candy here is about 3. The nuts here give me another couple, so let's say we're at about 20 so far. Slice of bread is 12, so that puts us at 32. Plus, I put some homemade apple butter on top. No clue how many carbs are in the apple butter, so I'm just gonna guess at another 5. I'm looking at his phone now, and he is 103 double arrows down. So I'm next gonna check on the Omnipod here. We're gonna see how much insulin he has still left on board. 1.55. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put in these calculations. It's telling me to give him 1.9. I'm not gonna do that. Because he's double arrows down and he has that insulin on board for carbs that he really didn't eat, I am gonna drop him down to 1 unit, and that is what I am gonna give him for lunch. Okay, delivering insulin now. I am gonna keep an eye on this very closely. I know he's eating the candy first, so I'm not really worried about him continuing to drop really fast. But I am gonna keep a close eye on him, and if I need to, I'll just give him a little glass of juice or something like that. All right, well, I'm gonna eat my lunch and watch the phone.
I feel low.
Okay. My son just told me he feels low. Quick check, he's 70 double errors down. He is still eating, and he's eating a lot of his sugary foods in his lunch. But I'm gonna go and do a poke and see what's going on. Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
You. Because I can barely lift the water bottle.
He was 67. He is still finishing up some apples and things like that. So I'm gonna again check the insulin on board. Where is the PDM? Hiding under something. Okay, so there's still 2 units on board. He is still eating, but I am at this point gonna go ahead and give him some juice and see where that takes us. I gave them all some juice. Again, you know, this is tricky. I dosed him perfectly for his breakfast. He got really, really high. I know that I overcorrected for that to bring him back down, but then I took off that same amount of insulin when I gave him lunch. When I decreased that by a unit, you know, that should have all evened out, but it did not because diabetes is a jerk. So anyways, he's having the juice now. You know, 67 is not a bad place to catch a low. They're gonna keep finishing up their lunch and I'm just gonna keep, Noam, where's your phone? We gotta check your blood sugar again. Awesome, you got it on the floor with you. Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, perfect. We're 135 right now and you can see he's kind of got this little bend right over there. So that means we'll probably start coming back down in a minute. Okay, so yeah, I'm really happy with his blood sugar right now. And so yeah, they're just gonna play for now. They're not eating again until they eat a snack in a couple hours. So I should have a little diabetes time off. So that would be nice. Okay, so I'm checking blood sugar again and I am not totally happy with this. He is 177 and steady. So I'm gonna see how much insulin is on board. 0.65. I'm gonna put in these numbers and just see what it says. It says to not give him insulin. I don't love that. I am very, very tempted to go ahead and give him some more insulin right now, but I'm not. Just because what happened last time when he ended up getting a lot lower than I wanted to. So that's just making me a little nervous there to do it again. So I think I'm gonna wait and check him again in a little bit and see what's going on, and then maybe I'll give him some insulin there. If it tells me to give him any amount of insulin next time, then I'll probably give him a little bit extra. That's my thoughts on that blood sugar. We'll check back with you guys in a little bit. As a reward, I just ended up giving my son a piece of candy. So I gave him 1/3 of a unit of insulin. So he just got that delivered. So now there is almost 1 unit on board. So I'm feeling actually a little bit more comfortable with that. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe in about 30 minutes or so, I'll check back and see kind of how that's going. I'll dose you for it. Okay, so that's gonna be another, we're gonna guess about 17 again for that. Wait, are you gonna eat it or just eat that half? You just ate half and like threw it on the counter. Are you gonna eat it?
Yeah.
Okay, I put in the carbs without the blood sugar, and so it's telling me 0.12. Okay, so he's eating that, and yeah. Let's see what happens next. Every day is an adventure. What do you mean you can't find your phone? You have to find your phone. We need your phone. Phone's got your blood sugar on it. Where'd you put it?
I did not touch it.
So your phone's missing, so we have to find it. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn off this phone so that I can find his phone by calling it. Okay, so we just found the phone and turn off airplane mode. Apparently we've gone into airplane mode. Oh, your session will end in 6 hours. So we're gonna need to put a new Dexcom on my son tonight or try to restart it. How long do we have this? 112. Okay, so we've only had the sensor for a week. We're gonna just restart it. Right now he is 153 and steady. I'm gonna keep it on a little bit longer. Probably before dinner, I'll restart him because I'm thinking we're gonna end up with rice with dinner, and rice being a very high carb food that pretty much is like sugar. Like seriously, I'd rather give my kid a Coke than rice some days as far as diabetes goes. Yeah, it makes his blood sugar shoot super high, super fast. So 2 o'clock now, 3 to 4. So I wanna wait maybe about 1 more hour and just see what his blood sugar does. And then I will do the restart, because because it takes 2 hours. And during that 2 hours, I won't have access to any of his numbers. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm gonna go give his phone back to him and get back to my day. Okay, gonna check your blood sugar. All right, so 92 going down, so I think I'm going to give him a tab, and then we can restart the Dexcom.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and have to change everything because we've got a pair of new transmitter. We do.
Diabetes stinks.
Okay, so we gotta put this dude on now, right?
Diabetes stinks.
It does stink.
Could I say I hate diabetes? Could I say that? Could I
want to.
I hate diabetes.
I hate it too.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Are
Can
you
I
ready?
do the countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What? Is there blood?
There is.
Can I see it?
Yeah, we're gonna change it.
Can I see? Whoa.
Okay. All right, so we were putting in a new sensor for the Dexcom, and it is a bleeder. There's a lot of blood. So we're gonna go ahead and take that one off, change it, call Dexcom, have them send us a new one. Okay, you feel low? Then let's do a poke. All right, come here, kiddo. Are you kidding me? Okay. Why are all the batteries choosing not to work for me today? So the bleeders usually don't happen, but today it did, and so now we're gonna get that new one on and go from there. Okay, so it's already paired. That took like no time. I literally just like turned off the recording and it was paired. So tap to start 2-hour warm up. Okay, so this is just basically a little alert that popped up telling me that I'm not gonna receive notifications for 2 hours. I already know this. This is not our first rodeo, but now we can call Dexcom.
Thank you for calling Dexcom.
Wait times will be longer than usual. Please hold the line to speak to a technician.
Am I already getting through to somebody? This is pretty cool.
Hi, thank you for calling Dexcom Service and Support. I apologize if you had to wait on hold. Is this the first time you called for him?
No.
Alright, how about your first and last?
We just replaced a sensor, and the new sensor that I put on was a bleeder, and like it was like dripping down onto the ground. So I was wondering if I could get that one replaced.
No problem. I'll go ahead and have that documented first.
Okay.
And I also need to get the lot number of that sensor, which would be on the packaging.
Sure.
Or the box it came in. How long do you think the bleeding lasted?
Just until I got the Band-Aid on. It was just kind of dripping down his arm for a couple minutes. Nothing major.
Alright, so like 2 minutes, 3?
2 minutes. We'll go with 2 minutes.
Alright, thank you. Since your body was filled with blood when you noticed,
Yes. Like almost right away you could see
Okay.
the blood starting to be there, and there's like blood all over the thing.
All right. They have a spare. Thank you so much for calling Dexcom service and support. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, the sensor continues to do its warm-up. And so that's it. We just won't have readings for a couple hours. We're gonna get ready to go out, so I'm gonna get all of our to-go stuff packed up and ready. We'll see you soon. We went to visit some family for dinner, and so I just continued to watch the sensor warm-up so that I'd be ready to get that Dexcom back online as soon as we were going to be able to. We did have some sushi for dinner, so yes, rice, and that's a lot of carbs for him. So I went ahead and put all of that in and delivered that bolus. All right, Dexcom is finally ready to come back online. So we have to do 2 blood sugar readings and put those into the phone in order to get Dexcom back up and running. So I did those pokes off screen, and I'm just putting in those numbers there. All right, here we're just getting ready to have a little ice cream for dessert. So I'm going ahead and putting in those calculations now so that I can go ahead and give him that bolus and he can eat his ice cream. After the ice cream and a little bit more play, we started getting ready to go. He did play a lot of basketball this evening, so his blood sugar was starting to go down and there's still a lot of insulin on board, so I wanted to make sure that he had some sugar before we hit the road. Can you go ahead and eat 2 tabs? Thank you. Okay, so it's the end of the night. We're home. I'm putting this stuff back up here on our shelf. Okay, we currently have a signal loss on the Dexcom phone because he got away from it, but that's okay. That happens too. So we're all getting ready for bed now, so hopefully we won't have to wake up too many times tonight, but I am going to go ahead and close the video now so that I can get some sleep and I don't have to worry about filming in the middle of the night because that's just a little too much. And I hope that you guys learned a lot about diabetes and what it's like to live with a child with type 1 diabetes. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments. I would love to talk to you about it more. So thank you so much for tuning into my video. I appreciate you all so much. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already, and please hit like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much and have a great rest of your day.